me, Susie, and today I am bringing you my first ever cooking video. Cooking is one of my hobbies and passions, and I've been doing it since I was a teenager, and I really enjoy messing about in the kitchen. This series I think I'm going to call Pintereats, and I'm going to take each recipe that I do off of good old Pinterest, because I literally am obsessed with Pinterest. I could get lost for hours in Pinterest, just pinning and putting them on my different recipe boards and bits like that. Today we are going to be cooking a Brie and Cheddar apple beer soup with a cinnamon pecan oat crumble. Now when I saw this, it intrigued me no end. Like beer and apples and cheese in a soup, that just does not sound like it should work. So I thought the only way to find out is to give it a go. So this is what I'm making for our lunch today. Now, you have to excuse me, I'm going to keep referring to the recipe because I've literally done one brief read through, because I wanted to do this as though I'm literally just doing it off of Pinterest, and I haven't pre-cooked this, or I don't think I haven't tried this recipe before at all. So I want to see how easy it is by just giving it a go nice and fresh. All I've done is got my ingredients prepped and prepped a dish that I need to make the crumble. Now, in the recipe, it says to make the crumble first. Now, and then at the end of that section, whoever's written this says they like to serve the crumble warm, so make it while the soup simmers. So it doesn't kind of make sense. They probably should have put that section of the recipe under the soup section. So I'm just going to change that slightly because I don't want the crumble to be done before the soup is ready. Yeah, I might even do the crumble bit a little bit later on, literally half an hour or so before we have our soup. So let's get going with the soup. Now I've put one semi-large pan on my hob. I'm going to be doing it all in. It says heat it up over a medium heat. So this is what I shall do. You have to excuse my butter over here, it's softening, but I might move it just in case. So it says to add the olive oil, and once that's hot, add the onions. So you'll see me doing a lot of guesstimating. 1, 2. Hopefully this pot's big enough. I don't want to get out my big massive old pan. I've got like a huge stock pot that's up here. So pop that in, then the onions will go in. Let's pop these onions in. So I'll get these onions coated in with the olive oil. A pinch of brown sugar. That's that. Give that a good stir around. Just get it all coated. Yeah. Season with a little salt and pepper. I love these pepper mills. These are from Costco, and they are brilliant for the price they are. There's salt. A bit of salt, pepper. Give that a little shimmy around again. Got to cook this for about 5 minutes, it says. I'm just going to do it until it's soft, and I think it's good to go for the next bit. Okay, so I would say that they are softened now, and it's time to add the apple cider, which is 2/3 of a cup, and it says to add it slowly. So that is what I shall do. So these little cups that I've got here are 1/3 of a cup measures, and they are so cute. They are from Cat Kidston. And there's a whole set. So the whole point of this now is to be caramelising. Now, whenever I've caramelised before, it's not been this way. So I'm getting a little bit concerned that when a recipe, an American recipe, say apple cider, that you might mean apple juice. Non-alcoholic, I'm not entirely sure. To us, apple cider is good old alcoholic cider. Second, third of the cup going in. Right, give it a good stir around. Now obviously I'm going to be serving this to the kids for lunch as well. And because it's boiling quite well, I don't need to worry about any of the alcohol content in there. That will all get cooked off. So it's perfectly good for kids to be able to eat. Smells good. Okay, so do this until the apples are caramelised. The apples, these are apples, and these are onions. So do this until the onions are caramelised, which they're just about on now. Then it is time to add in the apples and thyme. Thyme freshly grown in my mummy's garden. So let's put these in. Apples and the thyme. Let it stir around. Yeah, add a medium heat, stirring until softened, about 8 minutes. So yeah, I'll just stand here and do that. They might not take 8 minutes to soften them. Just judge it, you know, what you think really when they're ready. That's what I do. Okay, so these are probably about ready for the next stage, which is adding in, this is any remaining apple cider, but I used it already. So add in the beer, the chicken stock, and the cayenne. So this is going. What have you got on Michelle? And that's the stock. We just need to give it a quick little. Is that going to fit? Oh, it is. How handy. Give it a little stir, settle because it's got cool. I love these little camera jars. That'll mix and the cayenne. It says 1/4 teaspoon, so I'm just going to give it a quick little shake in. I can get into it. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so I've got to bring it to a simmer and cook for 5 to 10 minutes until the apples are tender. Again, I don't think it's going to take that long, so I'm just going to turn the heat up, get it up to temperature so it can simmer. Meanwhile, whilst that's happening, I think I'm going to make the crumble and set it aside for when I'm ready for it. My pre-greased Pyrex dish. So it says add the oats. Add the pecans, add the flour, brown sugar, cinnamon and salt, and then add the softened butter and use your fingers to crumble it into the oats mixture until everything is moist and the butter is evenly distributed. So you're basically just like making a crumble like you put on an apple crumble. Okay, so I would say now that the butter is evenly distributed throughout, I'm just going to shimmy it around so it's all evenly coating the bottom of the dish. And then I'm just going to set it aside. The recipe they then bake it while this stir's happening, but it's only 20 to 11, so it's a bit early for lunch yet, so I will literally bake this for we are ready to eat our grub. So there we go. Okay, so that is still simmering away. I'm going to do the next step. Okay, so the next step is whisk the flour into the milk until smooth. So I'm going to put the milk in here. See, the other one's 12 have kids in there. And we're going to whisk the flour in as we go. The dog is watching this like he's going to get some of these because he can sniff this cheese. Small child. Oh! Oh, scared. Okay, so that's done. Okay, so once the apples are soft, we've got to puree this. So I'm going to take it off the heat. Don't forget my tea towel, because it's going to be hot. So I might actually just put something on my table. Got our big board. Okay, so once the apples are tender, take it off the heat. And it's time to puree. Now it says you can puree it until it's chunky smooth or puree until it's smooth, however you like. I always find like chunky smooth a bit weird. It's either got to be like thick and proper chunky or smooth. Somewhere in between is just a bit odd. That is what we're going to do. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that is done. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's done. So it's putting it back on the heat. Okay, so you've got to bring it up to a low boil and then whisk in your milk and flour mixture. Then turn it down a smidge. Give that a little whisk. Give it a little taste test now before the cheese goes in, just to see about that was hot, about whether it needs any seasoning adjustments before the cheese. Now I probably won't put any salt in because I want to, just in case that's a bit salty. Okay. It will need more salt, but I won't do that until after the cheese has gone in. It definitely needs more black pepper. Okay, so we are almost ready to have our lunch, so I'm going to pop this in the oven, and I think it's 20 to 25 minutes to me. So I'm going to pop that in there. And then next, okay, so now I'm going to add in the cheese. I'm going to add in the Brie first to get that melted down a bit, just because it's a bit chunkier. Get that in there. I just burnt my thumb. Now I'm going to add the cheddar in. That's a lot of cheese. Oh my goodness me. That is almost all melted out. I'm going to check the seasoning on it now. So it needs some more salt. Which it might do because it felt like it did earlier. Okay. Definitely needs more salt and pepper. Now all I need to do with this is just let it simmer away until the crumble's ready, and then it'll be time to serve. The crumble should be ready now. I'm going to get that out of the oven. There we go. It's ready, so yeah, should be time to serve, which is a good time because it's starving. So I'm going to serve it. The Brie hasn't completely melted in, which I don't know if it's meant to. but it hasn't, which is bizarre because it has been bubbling away quite a few minutes. I'm not the finest server in the world. This is what aprons are made for. Not bad actually, it's better than I thought it was going to be, which is good. Done! Let's get a little sample out of here. So much better than I thought it was going to be. So I hope you enjoyed today's cooking video. I know that it's my first one, so it's a little bit disjointed and it probably could flow a bit better. But I thought I'd give it a go because it's something I really enjoy doing. I hope you did enjoy it too. Come over and join me on Twitter at SoapboxSusie, on Facebook SoapboxSusie, and on Instagram SoapboxSusie. And I'll put some little pictures up on there as well of this little setup. Don't forget to hit subscribe down below and like this video if you like what I'm doing. But I will see you all again really soon. Bye! Time to eat!